सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्त गोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्म विशुद्धं सदसिद्धं नित्यानन्दैकरसं सत्यम् अभिन्नं निरन्तरं जयति. The word Vishuddham, it has been explained in Odia in the previous class. So today I am going to explain the same word in English. Because of the request of certain people, I am trying my best to unfold the words that are there in the scripture, in the book. See, there must be some people around all the time who will be having the imagination about the source of the universe. They need not have to be spiritual, I tell you. They need not have to be spiritual. There are people who are trying to figure out what could be the source of the universe. Even if you, maybe 3-4 years back, there were around 10,000 scientists all over the world doing their research what could be the source of the universe, and they came to the conclusion that it could be some God particle, they told. Some God particle. It should be very subtle, no? The Lord has got to be very subtle. It cannot be very big, etc. It cannot be gross. So God particle, they told. Because from very gross object, subtle cannot come. This is very logical. From gross object, subtle cannot come. From subtle level can gross come. So, as I began, some people will be always there. They are around the world who will be thinking what could be the source of the universe, naturally. So, whatever should be the source of the universe, you call it God, whatever it is. Whatever is the source of the, definitely when you say God, means it should not be less than the source of the universe, definitely. Once you call it God, in any language, you give any name, whatever you call God, etc., it should be the source of the universe, definitely. Now, what should be the nature of the source of the universe? That is important. And here you will find differences in the opinion. And I tell you, whatever may be the source of the universe, it doesn't require your opinion. It should be the source of the universe. And how do you know it? You hear from somebody, because no source of the universe ever tells that I am the source of the universe. Be sure. The God is never going to come to you and say that I am the God, etc. No, the human beings, they are going to tell us this is God, etc. No God is ever going to come and tell that I am the God. I am the source of the universe. So now, suppose somebody discovers that this is the source of the universe. Suppose somebody discovers. He should have that understanding, the firm understanding that yes, this is the source of the universe. And how he will discover? Because there are varieties of thinkings going on around, and this will happen. This is natural, because the subject matter is not just like any other objects in the world. There is a potato, everybody sees the potato, everybody tells this is potato. You speak in some other language, that's okay. But when something is there, it is not visible for everybody, there will be differences in the opinion. Up to the mind, you can say this is available for everybody. You can say relatively. Because what is anger, what is jealousy, what is love, affection, these things are known to people. And everybody can relate to that. But when you say something is God, it is not easy to relate. Suppose I say this is God. Why should you believe that this is God? I am telling this is God, it's okay. I have got devotion to the God, that's acceptable. But why should you accept that this is God? So this topic is always like this. It's not today's affair. If you call it a problem, it's a problem for the humanity all the time. And you have to come to the conclusion. What is the God? You have to come to the conclusion. If I say this is the God, you're not going to believe. You may have some sort of faith in me, that's a different thing, but you cannot get the benefit by understanding this is God. And suppose I know something is Lord also, something is God, suppose I understand, what benefit I am going to get? Naturally, prayojanam anuddishya mandaha api na pravartate, this is a statement in Sanskrit. Without some intention, nobody does anything. Some intention must be there. Prayojanam anuddishya, some necessity. Anuddishya. Mandaha api na pravartate. A dull-witted person also never puts effort without having an intention. There must be some goal. I want to get something, so that I am putting effort. So this has been the problem for the people who are interested in finding out what is Lord. Now, suppose Lord created the universe. Lord created the universe. Like some people say, two people were there and they created the universe. So two people were there and they created space. Do you want us to believe that? There are two people and they created this space. That means where were they are before the space came into being? Or if they created this space, that means what? They were beyond space. And I don't think there is something called beyond space. So the imagination that there will be two people who will be creating the universe, that's wrong. And also, be sure of it, any object whom you worship, that is the source of the universe, that also cannot say. Anybody worshipping anything in this world, I tell you, anybody worshipping anything whatsoever, any form, any symbol, whatever it is, because that thing is not telling that I am the source of the universe. So the source of the universe, how do you understand? So you have to see what people are telling about this. You have to see. You will see naturally. When a seeker comes, when somebody becomes a seeker, or somebody wants to know what is the source of the universe, he tries finding out who is telling what about the source of the universe. You will see. You cannot stay idle, I tell you. You cannot stay idle. You will search who is telling what about the source of the universe. And in the process, you find out varieties of opinions, not one or two, varieties of opinions. There are so many deities, they are worshipped all over. Everybody has got a belief system. So now, are you convinced? Are you convinced about it? There are so many things. So which one should be correct? If at all there is any source of the universe, and if there are differences in the opinion, one person will be telling the right thing and others are wrong, definitely. If 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, then he alone is correct who tells 5, and anybody else will be incorrect. Even if he says it is 5.1 or 4.9, etc., whatever he says, he will be incorrect. In the same manner, I have to conclude that this is how the source of the universe should be, and it cannot be otherwise. So I should have that understanding. Now, when there are various thoughts about this, I will have to analyze what is correct. Because by understanding the source of the universe, what benefit I will get? If I understand the benefit, then Definitely, I will try to understand that. And there are many people, I tell you, who will say it's impossible. It's totally impossible to know the source of the universe. Because when the source of the universe was there, who was there to see that this is the source of the universe? Naturally, this logic will be there. So when the source of universe was there is nothing. When there is nothing, how will you be there to appreciate that this is the source of the universe? Because you are not there. So that being the problem, and suppose nobody understands what is the source of the universe, then it's a topic which should not be dealt with. Nobody should be talking about it. So it is not that nobody can understand this. We have to see who has said what about this. We have to analyze and we have to come to the conclusion. If human beings cannot understand what is the source of the universe, there is no one else who can. So mind, which is meant for varieties of things, the mind is meant for varieties of things. All our activities, they stem from the mind. Now, the same mind can be applied to understand its source. That it is possible to understand the source of the universe is a belief. It's a belief. But that belief alone will take you to that level. Now, there is once, you don't call it school of thought, it's the reality. Suppose I say this is the reality, you will have to find out how it is the reality. I am telling this is the reality. Why? Because I have studied from my teachers. Your teachers, how did they know? Suppose you ask the question, your teachers, how did they know about it? And you have learned from him. And my teacher learned from his teacher learned from his teacher. So this is how the continuation of the flow of knowledge. So, how do you know that this is the source of the universe? Now, this is the beginning of a person trying to find out what is the source of the universe. You have faith, you should have faith in that. So, who will be interested in this? Who will be interested to know? It's not curiosity, just curiosity. This doesn't work. Because whatever means available to understand, that is not good enough. The means that is my eyesight is there, your ear is there, your skin is there. So through this, you are not able to understand the source of the universe. But there must be something, nobody can deny that there is no source of the universe. It is just rattling of a human child. You say, I am not existing. A sentence is incorrect. Similarly, there is no source of the universe. You cannot say. It is just like telling I am not existing. So, source of the universe must be there, and further, it cannot be understood in a laboratory. That should be also very clear. Laboratory means what? A lab means objects of the world kept there to analyze something. See, any lab for that matter, any lab. The objects of the world kept in a given place to analyze something else. The objects are not beyond the world, above the world, somewhere from some other than the world. Objects are not from those things. So, and all these objects of the world, they are already created. And through that, how do you know the beginning of the universe? So, by analyzing the water, air, etc., you are not going to come to the conclusion. It should be very clear. So, what is available for this has got to be understood, and what is not available for this. Yeah, understanding means mind naturally. Mind alone. Understanding belongs to the mind. It's not to the body and the sense organs. The mind is going to understand. But what type of a mind it should be so that it will be able to appreciate the source of the universe. So the benefit has got to be understood, and who will have the desire to know, that has got to also to be understood. Now, why should I try to know the source of the universe? The nature of the universe, when I see, I will not have faith in all these things. It's very clear. Those who have faith, those who believe in the objects, they depend upon the objects, they depend upon the people, they actually do not understand the reality. And now and then they also come across situations where they cannot believe, cannot depend upon objects and people. They know it very clearly. Suddenly something happens somewhere which is not under your control. You know, these things happen in everybody's life. In fact, we can say we are there not because of our own wish. We happen to be here, you can say. We happen to be here. Anybody happens to be there. Yeah, you can understand very clearly. This fellow is there. If you understand, he is there because wish of the Lord, wish of the unseen factor. Don't call it Lord, doesn't matter. We are not worried about using words. What you understand is, suppose you log providence, whatever you say, there will be words I tell you all over the world, they will be using, and that is a Lord alone. Lord alone. Unseen factor, we can say. Unseen factor. You don't see, but you believe something is there. That is the determining factor in with respect to the incidents of the world. So, when you know the nature of the world, assimilate the nature of the world, you cannot have faith in anything. In fact, you cannot depend upon your own body also. Something happened, this fellow passed away in deep sleep. Some stroke happened and this fellow passed away. This is how they happen. We know. We have been witnessing in the society. So, given this situation, when you are not able to have faith in the objects of the world, and even then you have to leave. You have to leave because life is there, and you cannot depend totally upon these objects. So, how do I remain comfortable? How do I have this enthusiasm to work? I know everything is uncertain, but even then I work because life is like this. And I have not made it so. I have not made it so. I have not made the things transient. The lifespan I have not given. Death I have not given. But I understand this is death, this is birth. I understand all these things. So, the depending upon the world now goes away from this person. He cannot totally depend upon anything in this world, including his own body. This is understanding. Not that everybody understands this. Nobody pays attention to it. In fact, in Sanskrit it is written, Gatanugatiko lokaha, na lokaha paramarthikaha. People are they just live, just like the Hetuvadi. They are not concerned about what God has said. They said, oh, there is no God. It is all purely illogical. No God, etc. You live. So we are telling about the source of the universe. Source of the universe we do not accept. There is no source of the universe and you are there. So, totally illogical statements. Because they think that God is some imagination, etc., some form. So that's not correct. That's not correct. Lord should not be illogical, I tell you. Whatever is the source of the universe, it has got to be logical. And you have to, anybody who understands, he should have this understanding that, yes, this is the Lord of the universe. Then only. It is there for you. And those who say there is no source of the universe, let them tell. There is no God, etc. Let them tell how God is not there. They won't find any logic. They won't find any logic. There is no God. Because they say there is no God as per their understanding that this is God, that is God, etc. Who told you this is God, etc.? No God ever tells you that I am the God. So anyway, so when somebody assimilates the nature of the world, people don't try to assimilate. They experience, but they go against the reality of the world. And against the reality is your expectation accepted. Expecting this faculty of expectation is okay. That doesn't mean your expectations are going to be fulfilled. That is another thing. Yeah, the result is not in your hand. Expectation is there. And expectation with respect to the corresponding result also, that's okay. But that this result will come, that is not in your hand, in nobody's hand. You know it very well. Even then you work. everybody works knowing fully well. Some people do not know. They are very sure that this will happen. But those who understand very clearly that they are not the authority about the result, they also work. They also work. What will happen? Lord's wish, they can say. Lord's wish. Whatever the Lord decides, they will say. Whatever the Lord decides means they have understood it thoroughly, that result is not in my hand. So whatever result comes, I will accept it, because if I have grudge against it, it is meaningless. Suppose I am angry with the result, further disturbed I will be. So these are matured people in the society. They understand the reality about the creation and don't have objection. That's very important. Not having objection. And this, for not having objection alone, this worshipping system, I tell you, all these worshipping system. Why? Because it's not easy to swallow the nature of the world. It's not an easy thing. Hardly people can do it. Hardly anybody in this world. Because the physical problems are there, mental problems are there, outside problems are there, so many. If you have got problems, you cannot count. But if you understand correctly, then there won't be any problem at all, only situations. It's an attitude, different in the attitude. When you accept the life as it unfolds, there is no problem for you. And when it will happen? When you have got no expectation from life itself. Yes, whatever the Lord provides, it's fine, well and good, no problem. Whatever food, whatever money, whatever knowledge also. What knowledge about the world, because no knowledge will ever keep you here forever. So whatever knowledge, whatever wealth is there with me, that is good enough. I don't need to crave for more. So that sort of understanding, if a person has, then he will be available for this type of knowledge. So, as we discussed, the source of the universe should not be two. Because once you say two, the two should have a source. Yeah, two came from where this question will come. So, two cannot be the beginning of the universe. So, one is the beginning of the universe. Now, when one is the beginning of the universe, like let's take an example. Suppose there is clay. Only clay is there. And many things are made from the same clay. Pot is made, lamp is made. So different other idols are made. So all of them, they come from the same clay. Clay is not two. But there are three types of things. One clay. There are no three clays. Three objects are there, but one clay is there, I tell you. Pay attention to this. One clay was there, one clay is now also. But three forms are there. Three forms do not mean two clays or three clays. One clay. Similarly, one source of the universe means there is nothing other than the source of the universe. Varieties of forms are there, that is acceptable, but only one source of the universe. And that alone is everything. One clay is everything. So source of the universe alone is everything. That means I am that source of the universe, and everything else in this universe also is the source of the universe. There is nothing outside the source of the universe. Or you can say the source of the universe alone manifests like all these things, sentient and insentient. So How do you feel about it? Is it logical or not? Source of the universe alone is everything. This is the conclusion of the scripture which is there in India. India or world. It's the world scripture. It's a world scripture. The air belongs to the world. The water belongs to the world. So any knowledge belongs to the world. It doesn't belong to any given place. Knowledge is knowledge. Any knowledge is beneficial, we should go for that. And knowledge has to come from a human being, I tell you. No source of the universe is going to ever come and tell you that I am the source of the universe. It has to come from a human being. And the process also is given. You go through that. Air is not going to tell that I am air. I am keeping everybody alive. Fire is not going to tell I am hot, etc. Human beings alone they will teach. Therefore, source of the universe also you will learn from a human being. And this has been the tradition. We have learned, in fact, for everything we need a teacher. We are students also, we are teachers, we teach teachers also. We teach certain things, we learn certain things. This is how the system runs. Now, when the source of the universe itself is everything, which is definitely logical, anything else is totally illogical. What about worshipping various forms? Acceptable, everything is acceptable. Anybody worships anything is acceptable. But the purpose should be very clear. The purpose is to keep cool, not to get anything from any deity. I don't have any desire to get anything from any deity. I want to remain cool. For that, I need to worship. So no, it is not wrong to worship forms, but purpose should be very clear. So now, when this is the subject matter, the source of the universe is the entire universe. That means you are the universe. Everybody else, anything else is source of the universe. Now, should it be Shuddha or Ashuddha? Shuddha means pure or impure. Shuddha pure, Ashuddha impure. Should it be impure? Impure means what? Some mixing, some external agent is there, adulterated. Something else is mixed with it. Something else should be there to mix with it. There is no something else. You call it dirt. It is not dirt. Without the dust particles, life will not exist on this earth. Dust particles are there. There's the blessing of the Lord in that form. You call it feces, stool, etc. But it's the food for other. In fact, the food that you ate has become like that. And you have not made it. The system is like this. And that's beautiful. Starting from your dining table to the toilet. So therefore, sometimes I say, jokingly, it's nice. The life is between kitchen and toilet. See, the life of every individual is between kitchen and toilet. Fill up in kitchen and release in the toilet. This is how everybody does all over the world. That's all life is, and that's beautiful. So, when the entire universe is the source of the universe, you don't have any more question. And how it is, you cannot say also. What's wrong in the clay taking the shape of a pot? What's wrong in the clay taking the shape of an idol? The idol is not looking like the pot. Pot is not looking like the idol. But definitely both are the same clay. No problem. Similarly, somebody is looking like human beings. Somebody is looking like, something is looking like a dog, somebody is a cat, then sun, moon, etc. All these things looking like varieties of things, it doesn't matter. Everything is the same thing. Discover it. And that should be Shuddha, always Shuddha, because there is nothing else to mix. When the truth itself manifests in various forms, what is the question of mixing? Mixing is from a relative standpoint, relative. Relative means what? Relating to something. Relating to something. Pure ghee means what? Ghee along with something else, which is not ghee. But both are the same source of the universe. Yeah. So with respect to the source of the universe, there cannot be any mixture, I tell you, because there is only one. So Why this scripture says here Vishuddham, 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 because except this there is nothing. So the nice thing is medicine, whatever is the medicine, it is useful for each and every individual in this world. There is no Indian medicine or American medicine or this medicine. Medicine is medicine, medicine from the world. And the medicine is useful for diseases, not which type of human beings, etc. No. Medicine is used for a disease. Wherever there is a disease, there is a medicine. Similarly, anybody who wants to understand the source of the universe, this is the subject matter, which is there in the Vedanta or Veda, which is there in India, in the world. In fact, it is in the world. It is subject matter which is there, and by understanding that, you benefit from it. So, just like your disease gets cured because of the medicine, whoever takes the medicine, disease gets cured. Similarly, whoever understands this in the world, he gets the benefit. So by understanding everything as the source of the universe, so the so-called problems, whatever were there before, the birth, death, the desire to become something, etc., all these things will fade away over a period of time. If you keep understanding this and you become firm in this understanding that there is nothing other than the source of the universe. There is a process, of course. Yeah, you cannot understand this without having a required qualification. Yeah, the required qualification. These qualifications are there. We have discussed in this subject in other classes in different language. I'll deal with this in the future. So the required qualification is there. Don't go against the reality of the universe. The palpable reality. Whatever is the palpable world, that don't go against the reality. If you go against the reality, then you are having dissatisfaction yourself right there. It will come automatically. So if you don't go against the reality, it may take a lifetime. I tell you, it may take a lifetime. Going against the reality is very easy. Means what? This should happen, that should not happen. Why it is happening like this? So grudge against the things that happen, because it's true, sometimes it's painful when it comes to the pain in the body. It's true, painful sometimes, maybe too much also. But a person who understands, he understands clearly nothing can be done, and therefore I should keep my cool. When you cannot do anything, there is a statement, what cannot be cured must be endured. Means what? You know that something cannot be done, so you should be ready to swallow. You should be ready to digest. So system how to digest, that is given in the scripture. It prepares you, it makes you ready for that, and you have to put effort. Yeah, definitely, you have to put effort. Something is there, you have to put effort to get it. The objects are not going to come to you automatically. Similarly, the preparation, you're becoming ready to appreciate the truth. That preparation is the home task for each and every seeker of the universe, of this world. Anybody who wants to understand, he should have these qualifications so as to appreciate this truth. So, Vishuddham Brahma. When Brahma is Brahma, the word Brahma means the source of the universe, and the meaning of the Brahma is the biggest, bigger than the space, you can say. Yeah, because this is from the space come from the truth. Brahma, source of the universe. So first creation is space. So when somebody prepares himself for this and understands this, he becomes free from any mental problem. Physical, no problem at all. Physical situations will be there, outside situations will be there, and living will be according to the situation, but there will not be any dissatisfaction. And that is what the maximum that human being can get. Yeah, and there is nothing more in fact, there is nothing more to get in this world. And when you get the maximum, you are already a pleased person. You don't have any desire further left to do this and that. You don't see any meaning in the desires of others also. People doing this and that, you are not worried about that. I could have done this, I could have lived a little more. So these things do not make any sense to you anymore. So, Vishuddham Brahma, or the source of the universe, is now itself the source of the universe. It has become like this, it's not like that. Now itself it is the same clay, it is not dull. Because you are paying attention to the dull, therefore it is you are calling dull. So similarly, the now itself, the source of the universe, is as it is without any change. So if somebody appreciates, then he becomes free from all sorts of emotional problems. So rest with time, we will have meditation for around 15 minutes. This is called guided meditation. You listen to me, follow and try to understand what I say step by step. You can learn. After learning, you can try your own, you can do your own self meditation, but this is guided meditation. So follow me what I am telling. So sit straight, close your eyes, because by opening the eyes, varieties of things they appear. So it may not be possible to, in the beginning, it's not possible to think properly. So close your eyes. Objectification of the body, various parts of the body, names I will call. I will take the names of the body, parts of the body. You see those parts just to objectify how these parts are there. That is how the nature of the objects. Left foot, left toes, left knee, left calf, left thigh, right foot, right toes, right calf, right knee, right thigh, stomach, chest, back, right palm, fingers, right elbow, right arm, right shoulder, left palm, left fingers, left elbow, left arm, left shoulder, neck, back side of the head, right ear, right cheek, left ear, left cheek, mouth, nose, right eye, left eye, the forehead, top of the head, the hair, entire body. This is a body which has come into being. Whether it is a female body or a male body, this is how it is supposed to be. It could not have been otherwise. Complexion, whether it is fair or black, whatever it is, this is how it is supposed to be. It could not have been otherwise. The parents through which this body is born, they are supposed to be this alone. The time of birth of this body is given. It's not before nor after. The longevity that's given. Other people that I am associated with, they are also given. I am not known to everybody in this world. I know a few people. I am supposed to know them. This is how the wish of the Lord. The body has gone through varieties of changes, starting from the date of birth. Each and every change, what's supposed to happen. In future also, as long as the body will remain alive, it will go through various changes. Some changes may be good for me, some changes may be painful for me, but the body will have to go through those changes because they are ordained. Just like me, it is each and every body in this world. Every body will have to go through certain changes. They may accept, they may not accept, but they will have to go through varieties of changes. I accept each and every change, myself and anybody else, everybody else. I accept the world as it is. I accept the administrative system. I accept the costume. I accept the languages, everything that happens all over the world. I accept everything because that is how they are supposed to happen, wish of the Lord. The body is kept alive because of air. The air keeps entering into the body and comes out. Everybody is alive because of this breathing. So see, just witness how the breathing takes place. You are not breathing. Air is coming inside and going out unnoticed. We don't pay attention to that. But when the body is kept alive by air, we are able to do things. So be grateful to the air. See, feel the touch in the nostril, how the air is entering and coming out. To keep oneself cool, a system of mental worship is given. Physical worshipping is there, but mental worshipping is given. Imagine any Lord, any form. It is bound to be in the Lord because the Lord is all pervasive. All pervasive Lord has to include the form that I am seeing. So put a flower at the feet of the Lord that you see prostrate in front of the Lord. Pray, O Lord, whatever I cannot change, may I be able to accept. Whatever I can change, may I get the strength to change those situations. And may I know clearly what I can change, what I cannot change. Doing namaskar to the Lord again and again to be grateful. My salutations to the Lord. You just hear, by hearing itself, you are doing the salutations. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. The next step is to appreciate how truth is everything. In the mind takes place all the knowledges. See the red rose. Consciousness alone looks like the red rose. See the peacock, the feather of the peacock, the mouth of the peacock. The same consciousness alone looks like the peacock. Anything that happens in the mind is the same consciousness. This consciousness is the universe. Entire universe is the manifest form of the consciousness. Infinity. Nature of the consciousness is infinity. I am the infinity. Everything is the infinity. One consciousness. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Go Brahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Lokah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasyashalini Deshoyam Kshobarahitah Brahmana Santu Nirbhayaha Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ